Hi, welcome to the Witch House. Pull up a chair, have a sit, and let's chat. And today I am going to be chatting about the Naked Heart Tarot. Now, the Naked Heart Tarot, if anybody doesn't know this, they should, because it is my absolute soul deck. This deck just came out and it just creeped into my heart where it's settled and has never left. So, I had a viewer request to show a side-by-side comparison of all the editions of this deck. And I have all of them. I have the first edition, I have the reissued first edition, second edition, and then recently the third edition. So I know Lisa over at Supportive Tarot by Lisa. Lisa did a side-by-side of the second and third edition. So I'll link Lisa's video underneath. I'll also link all of Jillian's stuff underneath because she's a remarkable woman and a remarkable creator. And so I will list all of that stuff underneath. So, all right, this is actually take two because the first take I got 3/4 of the way in and discovered actually one of my decks, one lousy deck was out of order. So I got to stop and start over again. All right, so with that, I'm actually going to turn the camera down now and we're going to do the walkthrough of all 3 editions. Here we go. Alrighty. Let me see here. I'm gonna do my best to get this where you guys can see them. Yep. I may have to bring it up a little bit. Please excuse me, guys. I'm learning here. I thought I had it in the right spot, but I guess I don't just yet. Okay, here. I think that'll work. I think that's going to work just fine right there. Okay, so here are the decks. This is the first edition. This is the reissued first edition, the second edition, and then the recent third edition. Okay? You will see that the first edition did have the white, and all the rest of them are black. The sides are all the same. They all say the Naked Heart, and the opposite side of the deck boxes are the same in that it has all of the elements. Okay? Now, there are box differences. So, the first edition box is actually a magnetic. Where am I? I'm on the wrong side. It's actually a magnetic box. This was the first edition, magnetic box. The second, or the reissued first edition, is when she went to the 2-part sturdy box. So, and the rest of them are all the 2-part sturdy boxes. Okay? Now, the other difference you will notice is the last edition here, and I'll have to probably show it like this. There is a bit of a height difference with the box and cards. I'm hoping I'm showing that off. It's not a lot of a difference, but there is a height difference with it. Okay? So, there is the box. Let's get to the books. So, I'm doing my best here because I have to keep these straight myself because I don't believe Jillian had, oh, sugar. There was one other thing I wanted to do. I don't believe Jillian has edition marked on here. Okay. So one other thing I will point out as far as the boxes go is the first edition has this lovely quote on the front of it. I'll hold it up there for little bit if you want to stop. And it says, when we strip it all away, our heart is left naked and vulnerable. Only then can we hear the whisperings of our truth that connects us to the divine. That's on the first edition only, okay? The other editions, she simply said, oops, right here. And I can't read it upside down at this angle, but it basically says the naked heart holds the secrets of the soul. And that's on all the other editions. Okay? All right, so we have books here. All right, so the original first edition is 288 pages. And the way she has them laid out are, shoot, I forgot already. Isn't that terrible? She has the suits laid out as wands, cups, swords, pentacles. And that didn't change. That's the same throughout. All right, the reissued first edition, she added quite a bit more because that one is 296 pages long. Okay? And these are sturdy cardboard covers. Okay? Second edition is smaller because it went down to 294 pages. And then the recently issued third edition is way down, and that is 144 pages. Now, what I noticed is on all these editions, she has the card, and then she has, like, I'm trying to get the glare out, but I don't know. Anyway, she has like a quarter of a page and then a full page of writing. And this is for each card. And she did it through all the majors and the minors. All have cards and about a page and a quarter of writing. And I believe that was the same on the first edition as well. Okay? Oh, there goes my phone. But we're going to ignore that. So this is the second edition. And she did the exact same thing. It's got about a page and a quarter. On the third edition, she made the cards tiny so she could keep the verbiage to one page. So that was the difference in this book. We didn't lose any verbiage. It's just the fact that the card photos are no longer big. They're small and in the corner, which I think was a brilliant idea. Okay? So that pretty much takes care of the books. Now, let's get into the cards. So, give me a minute here to get the cards out of the boxes. And, whoop, All right. Sorry for the bit of silence here. All right. Here we go. Here's the cards. I'm going to try. All right. I'm going to move these boxes out of the way because I'm going to be flippy dipping cards here for you. Okay. So the one major change with the first edition. Okay. So here's Jillian's very first edition. And she worked really, 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 really hard on this deck. And she put in a lot of whiz-bang things for us. And unfortunately, it just didn't translate well once the cards were printed. So one of those things was she had this lovely black gilding. And as you can see, this is just with overhand shuffling, not even riffle shuffling. It chipped quite a bit. And so, plus there were other errors that were found with the cards. And I don't know if you can see, but I've got some damage on the side here. And so these things were actually quite prevalent in the first printing. Fortunately for Jillian, I don't think many cards got shipped, because as soon as the complaints started rolling in, she absolutely stopped production. And she said, wait. No. This is not what I wanted. This is not how I want to do business. And so, bless her, she went out to the community and she talked to everybody and she apologized and said she was going to make it right. And she did. She followed through. In addition, she also put information out to her tarot readers and say, okay, you had those of you who got the first edition, what did you or didn't you like about it? And she took those points on board. She really thought about them. She's so thoughtful as a creator. Even though this was her baby, you know, she was woman enough to see what we had to say, and some of it she agreed with, and some she didn't. But it was a wonderful community bonding, I think. And so I absolutely love her, and as far as I'm concerned, she's one of the best creators I've come across. So, all right. So that's what happened with the first edition. So she completely stopped all production on this deck. So if you have this deck, consider yourself lucky, because not everybody got theirs. And so I'm grateful I have mine. Obviously I don't use it anymore, but there you go. So here is the reissued first edition, and one of the things she took on board was she took off the gilding. We told her we don't need gilding. The cards are good enough. I believe she also made the cardstock thinner, because this is just a teeny bit thicker, and it was really a lot harder to shuffle. And that was something that really kind of interested me, in the fact that just almost like a hair's difference really does make the difference in how a deck shuffles. So obviously the reissued #1 shuffles like a dream. So here we go, and I'll point out the changes as we go. Some of the cards didn't change at all, so I'm just gonna make sure my thing here is centered as much as possible. Okay. I have a small iPad here, folks. So, all right, here we go. Remember, first edition is over here. Newest edition is over here. So here is the Fool. There were no changes in those cards. We have the Magician, and you can see the roses were added to the third edition. We have the High Priestess. The design on the hand has changed. Mind you, this is the first time I'm going through all 4 of these decks myself. So, Earth Mother, the Empress did not change. We have Sky Father, I love that. I went to kind of like a star for the starry, I love that. The starry sky in the background. I think that was a nice change. Subtle, but nice. Now we have the Sage, which is the Hierophant. And I can't see any change in that card. The Lovers. The same. We have the Chariot. Now, one thing I notice is that on the 3rd edition, the wings are different. 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 3rd edition, The wings are different on the third edition if you look. It's almost like he's got double wings, or you can see a double row of feathers on the chariot. I like it. Oops. Strength. I think that's the same. Now, if you guys see anything that I didn't see, let me know in the comments below so I can double check. No, our Hermit is the same. I love this Hermit. This is one of my most favorite Hermit cards of all time. Slow and steady wins the race. The Wheel of Fortune. And you can see where this representation has changed just a tiny bit. Interesting. I love it. Okay. And yes, I'm bad. I can't remember what that symbol is off the top of my head. Okay, we have Justice. I think Justice is awesome just as it is, so there were no changes there. We have the Hanged Man, our little bat friend. Same, no changes. We have Death. And the only thing that changed about Death is the placement of the, I'm thinking it's Zodiac, to the side instead of straight underneath. So I like that. See, she made small but simple changes that really enhanced the look just ever so slightly. So I love that. So yeah, we have Temperance, which I see no changes. And the Devil. I don't see any changes with the Devil. The Tower. Another great card. Nope, no changes there. Beautiful. This is another beautiful card that just didn't need any improvement, I don't think, was the Star card. It's just gorgeous, that big blue star. Love it. The Moon. No change to the Moon. The Sun. I do not see any changes here. Judgment. And the Universe. And there are no changes there either. Okay, so try and get these piles together a little bit. And of course we have the special card now, the Naked Heart card, and it's just stunning on its own. So all right, here we go into the Suit of Wands, where we have the Ace. The 2. Three. Now, the 4. People said they didn't like the cupcake. They didn't think that was a good representation of the 4 of Wands. And so she took that on board because people thought the cupcake was out of keeping with the way the theme of the deck was working. And she agreed with that. And so she made these beautiful sunflowers, which I think were absolutely brilliant. Okay, now she has definitely changed the 5 of Wands. The fire is definitely much hotter with that blackness in the middle. Yes, I like that. I like it very, very much. We have the 6. And the 7. That is one fierce cat. Fierce cat. Eight. The 9. Of course, our old buddy 10 of Wands, carrying everything on your back. Beautiful camel. Here we have the Child. And you can see that the reissued first edition is different from the first edition because we all thought the fox was too small to go along with the rest of the animals in the cards. So she enlarged the fox. But then you can see she did something completely different here. And then she went back to the original, which I love. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ha ha! What the heck happened there? Oh. See, I messed this all up. Messed it all up. Oh, I caught myself. See, I love doing this. I caught myself. By Jove. Okay, back the truck up, Chuck. Back the truck up, Chuck. Okay. There we go. Woo-hoo! Lost my mind here. Okay, guys, I had them out of order. So forget that last bit because that wasn't right at all. So here we go. She changed the name. This one is Movement of Wands instead of Youth. These are all youth. Now, on the reissue of the first edition, you can see she did enlarge the fox. So the fox is larger in the subsequent editions than he was in the first edition. So that is true. Okay. Let's continue on. So we now have the Child of Wands, where the first edition, again, had to increase the size of the fox, but she also changed this to read the Innocence of Wands instead of the Child. So she changed the names on the court cards here. All right, now we have Mother And this one is Heart of Wands. This is the new edition. New edition right here, third edition. So, all right, and now we have the Father of Wands, except here in the new edition, he is the Spirit of Wands. Spirit of Wands. And other than that, there was no change. Just the name. All right, so now we're going into Cupland. So I love this. The octopus arm. Beautiful. We have the Two of Hearts here. No changes. I hope I'm not going too fast. I'm trying to go slow here. So, and here we go. She had here's the Three of Cups on the first edition where she had 3 bunnies. And we kind of said, well, it really doesn't fit with the water thing. And so, ta-da, we have dolphins. Beautiful, right? Gorgeous. Here are the Four of Cups. No change. 5. This is another card I adore. I just love these anatomical hearts. And then with the raven. Oh. All right, here we go. 6 of Cups. The carousel really didn't fit with the theme. And so the unicorn was born. And I think it's gorgeous. Giraffe. For the 7 of Cups, no changes. We have the 8 of Cups. I can't remember if we said anything or if Jill decided to change this one on her own. I can't remember, but obviously we can see more of the bear than his butt. Although I thought he had a cute little fuzzy butt. And then we had the 9 of Cups. And you can see she had the cups on the inside here, which was a little obscure to know that was the 9 of Cups because of the way it was painted in grayscale. And here she's taken them over the top and she's added some coloration in. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I mean, she made the deck absolutely with just, you can see how minor these changes are. And this deck is just flawless as far as I'm concerned. I mean, seriously, I don't know how she could improve on it anymore. And now we have the 10 of Cups. And the child, oops, I think it's supposed to be child. I think it's supposed to be youth first. Hold on. Hold on. Do, do, do. There we go. Yeah, I got those all out of order. So, the court cards. So, here we all have the youth. And again, it's the movement of cups. We have the child and the innocence of cups on the new edition. We have mother and heart of cups. I really love the new namings. You know, I really enjoy movement, innocence, heart, and spirit. You know, that's what a family is all about. You know, child, you're all full of excitement and movement and stuff, and you're still innocent when you're in your child form. The mother is the heart of the household usually, And then the Father embodies the spirit of taking care of his family, taking care of those around him, you know, the king of the kingdom, so to speak. So, and then here we have the Father of Cups, or Spirit of Cups. All right, now we're going to move on to the Swords card. Ooh, she made a drastic change here. The Ace of Swords. So, wow. I do like this. I do like this one with the dark and the red beak. Really stand out as a swordy kind of a card rather than a butterfly. So I think that was lovely. 2. No change to the 2. We have the 3. Again, another one of my favorites because of, I mean, oh, the rib cage. And then I love, again, she added the raven. Wow, that's awesome. Small, but such a significant meaning. The 4 of Swords. Rest. Beautiful. We have the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords, no change. 6 of Swords, our lovely turtle. And the only thing I can see that really changed a little bit is his coloration in this edition has changed significantly. It's a little darker and it's got more on his back, so the coloration has changed. But I like it. I like what she did here. Makes the card pop a little more, I think. All right, we have the 7 of Swords. No change. And then the 8 of Swords, the thorny rose. Gorgeous. I hope you guys are enjoying this walkthrough. I hope I'm not making it too terribly boring for you. Here's the 9 of Swords. No changes here. It's kind of interesting doing one from the top down for a change. It's the first one I've done like that. So, oh, our 10 of Swords and our poor Ratty. Poor Ratty. And now, oh, yep, I messed this up. Got to shift them. Got to shift them around again because that one's good. And then here we go. All right. Whoops. So, oops. All right. So from the first edition, you can see our cat got significantly larger, which is in keeping with the rest of the animal sizes of the deck. And same thing with the child. You can also see that this got a little bolder out here. So I love it. Our Mother, or Heart of Swords. The Father and the Spirit. All right, we're in our last suit, guys. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, some of us were telling Jillian we thought this card was off because some of the antler is actually cut off the edge. But that's how she had drawn it. It was meant to be cut off. But so many people said something about it. On the reissue, she redrew it so that it was more centered in the card. And so, yes, same thing here. And she just moved it over a little bit, or perhaps this is where the cards were cut. But the antler is still not cut off. The whole thing is still in the card, the whole thing. So, yeah. Our Two of Pentacles. Oops. Too many cards. Our little ants working together here. Three of Pentacles. No change. We have the Four of Pentacles. And you can see our little chipmunky here, or squirrel, our little squirrel, his tail got a bit bushier. And he changed his seating position a bit so we could see a little more of him. So, yeah. And his wheel got bigger. His pentacle got bigger there. And you could see there were two where it was kind of difficult on the first edition to see that there were two. So, we have our Five of Pentacles. And then the Six. And I'm going to play really stupid here because I forgot the reason why. But people were saying that betta fish do not swim like this with each other. And there was a specific reason that Jillian, I'm going to see if it's in the book, because there was a specific reason she said she drew them that way. And let me see if I can find it in here. Yeah, it just, they swim in a circle around Six Pentacles, representing the fluidity and the flow of things that come and go. That's what it was to suggest. Even though betta fish in the world may not swim like this, they're beautiful anyway. I love my favorite betta fish are really the purple and the blue ones. Of course, those are my favorite colors, so y'all would know that. So we have our Seven of Pentacles. No changes to this card. Eight of Pentacles, our trusty little beaver. And she kind of lowered his stack, gave him one to hold and one to throw off to the side there, which I think is adorable. I think it's just adorable. And I love his new tail position too. I think that's great. We have our Nine of Pentacles. No change on this one. And then we have our Ten of Pentacles. And I'm not sure why we changed from a possum to an elephant. I can't remember that one. But that hasn't changed since the reissued first edition. So, again, I got the child and the youth are backwards. Or maybe she meant it that way in the book. Now that I'm doing this, it could actually be child, youth. I could have it backwards. Anyway, oops. Here we go. So our buffalo family here, we have movement. Come to think of it, I bet you I do have it backwards. So, yeah, I'm going to switch them around and then I'm going to screw you guys all up by correcting myself. How about that? All right, so, child, innocence. Children are innocent, right? That's where this comes from. And you can see we got a much bigger picture of the sweet baby buffalo here, baby bison. than in the first edition. So we have the child. Then we have the youth. Movement. Of course, you're getting older. You're got that vim and vigor. It's that night energy. Why didn't I see this? Why didn't you guys tell me this a while ago, huh? Anyway, here is our wonderful teenage bison. Our lovely mother and heart. And then lastly, our last card, the Father and the Spirit of Pentacles. All right, guys. Ooh, holy cow. This is a very long video. Bless y'all who are going to watch it. Oh, excuse me, for this long. But if anybody is interested in a detailed report of the Naked Heart Tarot, there it was. All right, guys. I send you much chakra love, and I'll see you on the next one.